And here we have garden after the attempted strimming. Actually proved too much for a strimmer, so I ended up using a bush cutter attachment for it instead. And one of the surprise finds was an upturned table. It actually isn't too bad. So there's actually a wall in the garden as well, which I didn't know existed. So it's quite interesting archaeology there. I'm just trying to tidy up this unsightly wooden box. I've had a look inside and it contains some plumbing, but I don't want to do anything with that. It would end up costing a fortune. So I'm trying to smarten up the wood without it costing too much. No interactions. I've just been asked to assemble this. Goodness knows what it is. Make quite a few wigwams or one big bonfire. We'll have to find out. No interactions. So there's the old light fitting, which has been replaced. And here is a brand spanking new light fitting. But unfortunately there's some wiring issues, and also it emits a loud buzzing noise. So I'm just going to have a look inside and see what I can do. Well, just one or two issues to make it 18th edition regs compliant. Namely, the earth sleeving should be placed along the earth conductor, and also the buzzing sound, well, it was easy fix. We'll have a look up close and you could actually see a matchstick that was pushed under the LED strip. And here we have a chandelier that's in need of slight assembly. Brings back memories of a Meccano set to me. Should be an interesting project. So here we have the old-fashioned 1960 style fitting with two broken lampshades, which I've just replaced with something that looks a lot older. Okay, it's a big day today. The entire room's going to be painted. The magnolia's going and the brilliant white is in. So I've just been filling in some screw holes, and if you have a look here, it goes a bit more in the screw hole. We've actually had a piece of twin and earth on top of a wall. Looks like it was done by an amateur electrician that got fed up with the wiring inside the plaster, decided it's less effort to wire outside the plaster. So I've just been correcting that. At least the room isn't as bad as the outside of the house. That definitely needs some attention. And here's the lovely old grotty chandelier, which is about to replace the far too posh and expensive looking one. That's sure to send the house prices plummeting. Just moving down from the candelabra and along about 3 feet. You can see my next job. Now, if that happened during a moving in or moving out process, in no way you can get a wardrobe or a bed down the stairway with only 30 inches of clearance. It should have been obvious to a designer. So the object now is to take that shelf out and replace it with something a bit more cosmetically correct and functional. It hopefully doesn't stick out so much. You can see a tile surface underneath. Now I had to run cement along the back of that shelf to fill in the void, and give it a couple of days, it should be dry, and then I can do the next stage, which is a bit unconventional. Okay, so this is the score so far. I'm trying to connect up a BT router to a HD TV set so I can receive the TV channels. That's an interesting job. I had to chase down through a concrete floor, under fitted carpet, goes along under the doorway, along the wall, and comes up in the centre of that unit there, about 8 inches high. Now, to make things more complicated, I reckoned I only needed a 3-inch drill to drill a hole 6 inches deep, because I could match both holes up. I could drill one 3-inch hole this side and measure. Now, I ended up using this thing. It's a huge overkill, simply because someone borrowed my smaller drill. But the principle is still the same. Ended up drilling 5.5 inches with this drill, which is, quite honestly, is more suitable to drilling through castle walls. I will leave the camera running to see if I win my bet or not. And pretty close. I think I've taken out a bullseye. Didn't believe I could do it. So here we've got a rather large light fitting that only half works. It's about twice the size it needs to be for the room, and it looks overpowering as you come in, like it's hovering like a giant spider above your head, someone said. So we're trying to find something a bit more suitable for domestic premises. This will be alright in a hotel lobby, but it's just too big. It's about 1/3 of the size of a ceiling. We should really have something around a 1/6 of a diameter of a ceiling, you know, to fit in far better. I'm so excited. My industrial power washer has just arrived, and apart from us being colour coordinated, it's a real game changer. What better a photo to demonstrate the difference in pressure washed and non-pressure washed cement? It's as clear as black and white. This is a path that I'm going to clean today. You also see the ground with concrete and earth mixed together with large cracks in it, which I'm going to use the pressure washer to clean. I'll clean the earth out of the way, and I get a good adhesion with the new concrete I'm going to pour down into the cracks. So we're going to see how it works out. Also, well, micro-weeding I call it, things like this. It's starting to dry out quite nicely now. You can see how much lighter the path is. I've cemented over a crack halfway up, which is starting to dry out one side, so you can barely see it. Looks quite nice actually.